This
all of you.
conference will now be recorded.
You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the Yahoo Finance. So we'll take one small example. Yahoo Finance, and I have an Excel sheet here. So the concept is here in Excel. Oh, not this one. So in Excel we have a company IDs. Yeah, company IDs. All the company, few company IDs actually. Company IDs DXE, HPE, HPI, and Infi, in like that. So okay. So what it has to do? So normally we have to read the Excel, and each and every item in the Excel. Okay, these are all the company IDs. So it just copy and paste in the Yahoo Finance page in the search bar and click enter. So I just copy this name of the full name of the company, and within this folder it has to create a one more folder called with that company name. Okay, with that company name, and just go to the inside of this folder and just create a one text file like a current share or something. So this name also we have to customize and copy the current number and paste here and save it. That's it. This is a task. So okay, so I think you understood, right? So here, so it has to loop each and every item into the Excel and copy, paste, type into the search bar. So it will give the full name of the company and copy the full name and create the directory. So within the output folder, so create a directory with that particular company name, and within that folder, so it has to create a common file called current share .txt and paste this value. Okay. This is a simple task, right? Fine. So here we will use the RE framework. So within that RE framework, the folder path may change. Okay, this folder path currently it is in this desktop, right? The folder path will change. That's why we will give the folder path as a constant or asset. Okay, so in the orchestrator we will decide, create a asset of the output folder path, and we will access this output folder path through config dictionary, and within this the name of the share, current share or information. So it may be a information or it may be a config. Okay, it may be anything. Okay, so this also decided by the user. It may change continuously. Then we will put the constant in the config file is also constant.txt. It may change in future. Okay, and so the same concepts what we discussed now. So getting all the information from the all the details from the Excel and type into the directly type into the Yahoo page and get. So instead of going to this single project, we will make this as a two projects. Okay, one project is a dispatcher. Second one is a performer. Okay, two things. Dispatcher will dispatch all the values from the Excel to the orchestrator queues. Okay, orchestrator queues. and performer will take the each and every item from the orchestrator and do the performing the main task. Performing the main task means, so it will search, it will open the Yahoo finance page, and then it will type the ID, and that means company ID. It will get the company ID from the orchestrator queue. Okay, and uh, take the company name and create a folder, and take a share price and create a text file. So this is a process performing. Okay, so this two things, two bots we will create. So one is a dispatcher. So within the dispatcher, okay, so within the dispatcher, so what we will do, we have to loop each and every item in the Excel and add it into the queue. So before going to add to the queue, just prepare the create a new queue. Okay, in the orchestrator. So first bot is not following the RE framework. The second bot will follow the RE framework. Okay, first bot is a normal one only. Okay, and UiPath dot. Oh, um, okay, so we have one robot. So within the queues, just create a one queue called Yahoo IDs. IDs. Okay, Yahoo ID list, something. Yahoo ID list. So this queue does not have any items. So what we will do? So this dispatcher, just go to the Excel and drag the Excel application scope activity and give the path of the Excel application scope. This one, copy as a path. Okay, and read range. So read range. So what is the sheet name? Sheet name is a sheet one only. And yeah, so empty means it will give the entire data. Company IDs DT data table. Okay, so that is a variable, data table variable. So we created the data table variable. So that name itself, the variable. Oof, yeah, this is the data table variable. And once the data is coming to the data table in the memory, using the for each row activity, uh, company DT, and just loop each and every item in the Excel and queues. So there is a queue, right? So add queue item is a activity to add the item to the queue. Okay, use the add queue item, and within that, so what we have to pass, the input is a queue name. So this is a queue name, right? Copy and go to the add queue item, and within the property of the queue name, so just double quotes, just give the queue name. Okay, so once you give the queue name, so what is the next thing we have to pass? We have to pass the item information. So click on the item information collection, and we are giving the only one item, that is a company short ID. Okay, company short ID is the name of the. So this is a new name, so you can give any name. So here is a company name, but company short ID name I gave, and How can we get row dot item of? You can give the 0 also, or 0 is the index. So currently we have only one item. So items are starts with the column names are starts with the index is a 0. So you can directly give the 0 means first column, or you can give the name of the column also. Okay, fine. 0 dot toString. Okay. So now it will add each and every item from the Excel to the orchestrator queue. Let's run. This is a dispatcher, so it's not following any RE framework. So as it is a dispatching the items from the Excel to the queue. Uh, Imagine this Excel every day. The new companies will come into the Excel. So the Excel will come every day morning 5 o'clock. If you imagine like that. So this dispatcher we will schedule the 5:30 like that. Okay. So once the Excel is new Excel comes, so the dispatcher will take the new Excel and push all items from the Excel to the queue orchestrator queue. Okay. So queue has a new items. The performers will start after 5:30. Okay. So it may be we will schedule the performer bots in 6 o'clock or something. So 6 o'clock, all the queue is filled. So it will take each and every item from the queue and do the performing the main process. If you want to use the RE framework, it should have a transactional basis actually. So see here, so 0, just check, refresh. So here is the 4 remaining items. Just refresh again. Okay. So we got 4 items. Just see how many items. So all the Excel, these are all the new items, so new transactions in the queue. So if you see the view, each and every item is a HPE is a company short ID. Just now it is added. So VIP and see DXC. And if you see, it has a 2 pages, the value GE. Okay, so BV is so these are all the performer is the dispatch is done. Okay, so now the time to create a performer. So before going to create a performer, so let's go and explain, see what is exactly RE framework. Okay, okay, RE framework, RE framework, that means robotic enterprise framework. So is basically it is a template, just template. Okay, so these people, the UiPath people, they gave the a new template. So any project, if you want to start any project, you can use this template and start with the project. So it follows it is a template, just a template in the sense, if you have a MS Word templates or web templates. So okay, so template means they have already configured few of things for you, so to reuse the existing functionalities. So the advantages is a uh, reuse the existing components, and it is a modular approach. Okay, modular approach. So instead of writing code in the single page, so you can write you can write code in the single page. But what they divided each and every Excels, XAMLs. Okay, so if you want to know in this example, what we have to do, so we have to open the browser. Okay, Yahoo browser. Okay, so we can open the Yahoo browser in the same page. We can type the items in the same page and get the information, create directories, create files, everything we can put into the same page, but and close the browser. Okay, so what they are they have some Excel. I mean some predefined places. They follow the best practices, and so the open browser will only place into the init applications. They give the init application and .xaml. So you just any applications if you want to open, you can write into the init all applications. So there's a close applications also here, applications.xaml. These are all the empty things they give. Okay, most of the things empty things they give. Okay, so we have to understand each and every workflow. Okay, so what is the purpose of the workflow? So what type of code we have to place on that particular workflow, and also so we have to understand the variables also within the RE framework. Okay, RE framework is a reusable kind of thing, and it's a modular approach. So it uses a state machine basically. Okay, so and it is covered. It is a so I can say before going to learn the RE framework, so people they should learn the few things actually. So it's already we covered. So that is the exception handling and the logs, three queues for Excel automation, how to read the Excel, and okay, and fifth one is the dictionary. Dictionary is a key value pairs, and next one is state mission. Next one is the reusable workflows. How to reuse, how to use one workflow within the another workflow. And what is the eighth one? So it has a init, and the configs and the queues. Queues are there. Exceptions are there. Okay. So these are all the things. So few are there. So these are all the main 7 items. So you should learn these 7 items, then only so you can understand the RE framework. Okay. So we already covered this everything. So reusable workflows, these things and all. Okay. Let's go and see how RE framework has. RE framework is a state machine concept. So it has a basically it has a 4 states. How many? 4 states. By default it comes with the 4 states in the RE framework. So earlier we saw in the state machine there is a process B, process A, init like that. Okay, there is a init state and get transaction state, and what is that, process transaction state and final state. Okay, end state maybe. Okay, so these are all the 4 states. So how these 4 states are connected each other, so let's see. So this is the initialization state, init states. So within the init states, what are all things will happen? So within the init states, it is a just simple. First it will kill all process, and so all the process, what is a kill all process means? It will kill basically if your your process is interacting with the SAP or anything. So if your process is interacting with the Excel or Chrome, so just kill the process before starting your project, the robot execution. So you can just kill the processes, the required processes, excel.exe, chrome.exe, some SAP, anything. So what are all the applications you are interacting with? So those things we are just cleaning the environment, okay, before the thing. And init all settings. Init all settings means, so this is a basically convert the Excel values to the config dictionary. Okay, so dictionary means, right, dictionary is a key value pair. Okay, so dictionary means there is a key value. The combination of key value is a dictionary. So within that, so if you use the key, then the value will retrieve. Okay, so like that, there is a config dictionary is there. Config dictionary is a object, one variable in the whole. This config variable will will move from each state to another state, like that. So the entire RE framework, so the config variable will move. That means config is a dictionary. Initially, it is an empty dictionary. So in the initial init state, so there is a initialization all settings activity is there. Initialization all settings .xml workflow is there. So within this there is a Excel config.xl is there. So parallelly we will download the RE framework. So directly you can go directly from this RE framework or Reward Enterprise framework template. So here, see here, new from templates. Okay, you can directly use this template, or you can download from the internet also. You can download from the internet. So RE framework and GitHub. If you type RE framework in GitHub, so you can go to the GitHub. So they uploaded, they gave the, so it saves lot of time while developing, because everything is a predefined, everything is a structured way, and all the variables, so if you want constants, these things are any constants, you can declare directly in the config.xml file. So there is a config.xml file in the initialization state, xlsx. Okay, this is Excel file. So it has a three sheets. One is a, by default it has a three sheets. So you can add any the most sheets also. Okay. So first sheet is a settings. So settings sheet contains all the settings, the queue name and the environment. Okay. So these connection strings, these things are all. So you can declare in the settings sheet. And second is the constants. Constant sheet has all the constant values. So if you want to, so in our case, what is a constant? So we said this is a constant. Okay, this name may change in future, so we can declare this as a constant. The work, the uh, path of the excels, these things and all, we can declare as a constant, and also delay, these things and all. Okay, the third one is assets. Assets is a sheet name. Okay, this assets, this sheet settings and constants, it has a three columns: name, value, and description. Okay, description. The description is only for our understanding, and name value is the name is the key, value is the, so value. Okay, key. So this is also looks like a same name, value, description. Okay, these two are the common kind of thing, one category. Okay, so what in the initialization state, in the init all settings, what it will do, it takes the each and every settings and constant sheets, loop the settings sheet, and take the name in the name column, what all the values are there. So and it will load into the config dictionary, it will fill the config dictionary. In the asset sheet, there is a asset, name and asset, name and asset and description. Okay, name and asset means, so this is a anyway config is the dictionary, so it is a string object dictionary, object combination, object pair. Okay, string means, suppose config of name, if you give the config of name equal to value, this is the syntax actually, so filling the values to the and also you can, if you want to access the value, any value, suppose message box config name, simply you give the name within the double quotes, the name of the property. So it will give the uh, this will give the value of that particular name. Okay, so how many sheets are there in the config.xml? By default, three sheets: settings, constants, assets. So in the assets, the name, we can access the any asset value through this name. And this asset name, so we have to declare the we have to mention the asset name which we declare in the assets in the orchestrator. Okay, so let's take a, let's go this location, copy, paste here in desktop, extract all, go to the folder and see the folder structure. So in the RE framework, folder structure is a data is a folder. It has a, if you want to have any inputs, you can place the input files in the input folder, output files into the output folder, and temporary kind of things you can paste into the temporary folder. But here is a config.xml. Config.xml they placed into the data folder actually. So within the config.xml we have a 3 sheets again, settings, constants, and assets. So settings, constants, both are the similar category. It has a 3 columns. Each sheet has a 3 columns. One is a name, value, and description. Okay, name value is a combination of the name value key value pairs. See here we have settings, constants, and assets. Settings queue names. Okay, so we'll mention the queue name here. What is the queue name? Our queue name. Our queue name is a Yahoo ID list, right? Just mention the queue name here. We're gonna enable edit. Okay, so paste the queue name, Yahoo ID list. Okay, next this is the name of the process, so you can change also. And constants, so these are all the constants. So delay short, delay medium, delay long. If you mention the here itself the milliseconds, then directly you can use the in any delays, so you can use that directly by using this. So if you want to use this this 1000, so you can directly use by using the config like this. Okay, so if you use this one, the key, it will give the value as a 1000. Okay, so as I said, so this name is the text file name is the constant, and output share text name text file. Okay, output share text file. So you can directly use the output share text file in the config. It will give the this is the value. And assets, so let's declare the one asset to store the, maybe the in future, just imagine in future the folder, this output folder path may change, right? So if the system is changed, output folder path will change. So instead of that, so you can just declare the asset uh, output company path. Okay, output company path, this is a text create. Okay, this output company path, you just mention this asset name in here, and this is a output company location. Okay, location TAON. Okay, so here, so based on this name, in the config only, config dictionary, we can access the value. So directly it will connect to the orchestrator, and the orchestrator value it will appear in and save here. Okay, so these are all the about the config file. Yeah, let's go to the folder. I can see the folder structure. It has a documentation, so you can go through the PDFs. This is documentation of the RE framework, and exception screenshots if any exception occurs. So it will take the screenshots of the exceptions. And framework is there. Framework has these many things. Okay, so as we discussed, this any first it will call the kill all processes. It will kill all processes. So which we are using in the, that is cleaning actually. init all settings. Init all settings, within the init all settings, it will convert the config dot excel xlsx to the config dictionary. It will fill, basically it will fill the config dictionary. So after that, it is, there is a init all applications. Okay, there is a init all applications. Okay, so in this init all applications, so it will open all the applications. So for suppose you are interacting with the ERP application or a CRM applications, so first initially the applications are opened in the initial stage in the init settings. Okay, init settings. Okay, then so there is another next transition, next state is there. That is a get transactions. Get transaction state. Okay, the get transaction state is just, it will first check. So first it will check should stop activity. Should stop means, so in the jobs, in the jobs in Orchestrator, so if any job is stopped by the from the orchestrator, if anyone stopped the job from the orchestrator, the should stop activity will know. Okay, there is a should stop activity. Okay, it will return the true or false true or false. So the should stop activity will know. And if it is a true, that means someone is a stop clicked on the stop button in the jobs, so it will go to the next final stage. This is the final stage, final state. Okay, if should stop is called, so it will say there is no data, and it will go to the this one. Okay, if should stop is not called, that means no one is clicked on the stop button in the orchestrator jobs, so then it will get the transition. It will get the one, get one new item from queue. Okay, so it will get the queue item. So how it will get? So you have get transaction data .xml. So by it will call the get transaction data. Within that get transaction data, so it's connecting to the orchestrator queue and get the new item of that queue. Okay, and once it is getting the new item, so then it will go to the next stage called process transaction. Process. So all the stages, most of the all the stages, so the exception handling, everything is covered. Okay, so in all the stages, so process transaction is will take the new transaction item and do the main process. Okay, the process exactly, the what is the exact business process. So business process in this case, so it has to type the item here. So anyway in this scenario, the get transaction itself, it is giving the new item from the queue. So in the queue, so it will give the new item, any new item. So of the, these are all the transactions, right? You give the new item, company share ID it will give. Okay, so in the company share ID, it will pass, if any errors, if no errors, it will go to the get transaction data. So if any error occurred, in the initialization state itself, it will go to the final state. Understand? It will go to the final state. If no errors occurred, then go to the get transaction. In the get transaction also, if there is a two things. So one is a if should stop is called, it will go to the final state, or it if does not have any data. Okay, two things. One is a should stop. Another one is a no data. No items are available. So currently we have these many items, right? So these many items. So all items are processed. If there is no item to process, everything is a process, there is no new items, then again that point of view also it will go to the final states, because there is no point it will go to the process state transaction process. No need to work, actually no need to work on any process. Okay, so first the get transaction will get the item from the new item from the orchestrator, and pass the to the process. So if the new item is there, then it will go to the process transaction. Okay, so in the process transaction, the main process searching and in the Yahoo and create the folders, so these things and all will happen, the main process. So once the main process is done, it will go to the it will, so for the new, let me remove these entire things. Okay, so if the new this transaction is completed, so then what it will do, it will go to the get transaction again. Why it will go to the get transaction? For the another item, another new item. Well, one item is processed, it will ask for the another item. So then get transaction will connect again to the queues and get the new transaction. The transaction is there, then go to the process. It will give to the process, and process will execute that process of that particular transaction item, and again go to the transaction, get transaction. This is the loop actually. Okay, up to this loop will continuously execute up to what? Up to there is no data in the orchestrator queue. Okay, so again once, is there any business exception is there? Okay, business exception means the item, so item share should be this one. So if the share value only should be above this one, then only you just create the folder, otherwise don't create. Okay, so such kind of business exceptions are there. So then again it will go to the transitions, get transitions only. Okay, it will throw error, business exception error in the process, and it will ask for the next item. Okay, one item is failed because of the business rule exception. So that's why it is just throw an exception and ask for the new item to process. So if the business, not business exception, if the any application exception is occurred, application exception means suddenly Chrome is crashed, Chrome is closed automatically, or any such kind of application exception is occurred, so then it will go to the directly, it will redirect to the initialization state. Okay, so what is there in the initialization state? So just imagine, so from the process we have a two output transactions. So one is a success, another one is a business exception. So these two cases it will go to the get transaction state. So the third one is the application exception. So then it will go to the installation state. In installation state, it will kill all the processes and initialization all applications, and again do the same process. Okay, let's go and execute. So instead of this, we will go directly to the our RE framework. In the frameworks, so we know, right? So this kill all processes, these things and all. Close all applications means it will close the all applications, all the closing code, everything we have to write in the close applications. So get application credentials. If any application you are interacting, so that application has a credentials is involved. So login credentials is involved. So you can use the get application credentials. So and take a screenshots and set transaction status means, so once we done with the process, so for that queue item we have to set the transaction status, whether it is a success or failed, or if it is a failed, so what type of failure it is. So it's a business type or application type. If it's a business type or application type, it has to give the reason for the failure. Those things and all there in the set transaction status. Okay. So next, there is a test is there. Test, if you want to test any application, so simple code, you can use the test. Is a main.xml. This main.xml has a basically the whole state machine concept, and process is a, so this process in the process transaction state, you have a process. You are calling the process main process. Okay. If you understand this diagram, that's it. This is the RE framework. That's it. So in this initialization state also we saw there is a init all settings, right? Okay. So this init all settings only execute once in the runtime. Okay. So first initially it will execute the init all settings, and if any exception, business exception or application exception occurred, it will go to the initialization state, right, from the process to the initialization state. So in that time it won't execute. Okay. So because why we need to again load the data of excel data from the config excel to the config dictionary, it's a useless, right? So because already it's a field. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to do the remaining process. What is the remaining process? Kill the processes and open the open the applications. Okay, init all applications, these things and all. So the biggest advantage of this Hari framework is one is a modular approach, another one is a modular. Modular means each and every thing is a separate a module, separate modules. Okay, so individually you can execute the separate modules, these things and all. And modular approach. The second one is something like a, for example, if you have a 100 records, okay, 100 records has to process. So for example, in the fifth record, there is a some error exception. Okay. So what about the 95? Normally, if you don't use the RE framework, so you are getting the, so simply plain workflow. So what you are doing? So you're reading the Excel and loop each and every by using the for each row activity. So each row and do the process. So if the fifth row, so up to fifth row, it is completed properly. It's created the folders, created the reading the shared value from the Yahoo Finance, and create the text files. Everything is fine for the five items. The fifth item, there is an error, exception occurred, and stop the. It will stop the robot execution. So what about the 95? Nothing, right? So 95 will not execute because of the fifth has a error. Fifth item has a error. But in RE framework, it's not like that. So if the fifth has a error, so it will start from the sixth. Okay. So it will throw error and it will start from the sixth. So it will continue. There is no breaking kind of thing. Okay. So if you in the middle, if you close the browser also, it will execute from the for the next item. So see, so as we discussed, the same concepts are here. So we have a, so yeah, okay, we have a initialization state, get transaction state, and process transaction state, and final state. So if the initialization state is a success, there is no errors, it will go to the get transaction state. If any errors occurred in the initialization state, it will directly go to the end process. So in the get transaction state also, so as I said, there is a no data. If there is no data, then it will go to the end process. Otherwise, if the data is available, the new transaction is available, it will go to the process. In the process, so the main thing is executing the process. In the process also, we have a how many connections? Three connections, three transactions. So one is a, see. So one is a success. If the item is success, it will connect to the get transaction data to get the new item, another item, okay, to process. So if the any business role exception occurred, again it will go to the get transaction state, so to get the new item. Okay, so that current execution item has a business exception, there is a business role exception, so it throw the exception for that current item, and again it is asking for the new item. That is a business rule exception. Any application exception occurred. So any application exception means any application exception. So select or not found, anything. So browser is not responding. So browser is a crash or closed. So again, where it is going from the process transaction, it is going to the initialization state. In the initialization state, again it will start from the killing processes and opening the applications. These things and all. Okay. So let's go each and every state inside. So init state within the entry point, there is a try and catch. Everything is they handled. And system error. System error, they mentioned the system error is on variable they created. So this is the exception type. And initially they are putting the nothing. And this block, so if condition block, so see here, if the first time run, this is the first time only it will run. So what is that? In the variables, they declare the one config variable, that is a dictionary string object combination. Okay, string object pair. Okay, this is the empty initially. So that is what it is checking. In the if condition, the config is empty. Config is nothing means there is no values in the config. So then it is go to the then part and it will call the init all settings. So init all settings is there in the framework. So what is there in the init all settings? So what are all the arguments it has? Just initially first check the path of the Excel, the config Excel we saw, right? So config.xlsx has a 3 sheets. So settings, constants, and assets. So this is the path data slash config.xlsx, and within that we are passing the two or sheet names. So and remember here, so by default in the config.xlsx has a 3 sheets. Okay, so you can add more sheets also. Okay, as per your business requirement, you can add more sheets also, separate sheets. So though if you add the more sheets, you have to pass those sheets here. Okay, so with the comma separated, you have to pass those sheets, data sheets, something like that. Okay, then only it will read. And if you give the Excel path and sheets names, it will give the output as a, what is that, config dictionary. It will give the config dictionary. Okay, so as we discussed here, init all settings will do just reading the Excel and convert all the values to the config file. That is a filling the config file. Initially the config dictionary is empty, so filling the config dictionary. Okay, that is what it is saying. That's why the output is a config dictionary. Okay, let's go inside of the init all settings. Okay, so it is a dictionary. It's a initialized and config for each loop. In the for each loop, so for each and every sheet in the list. So within that, within the for each, so just to use the read range activity. So within that read range, they use the for each row activity. So it is just checking. So if the name is empty, it will ignore. Okay. So if the line does not have any text, it will ignore. So if the name is not empty, then see output config of row of name. Okay, row of name means, what is that? And the data, initially take the settings sheet. Okay, after that only it will go to the constant sheet. In the data, so see here, suppose for example, if I put a new line, okay, so this will ignore. Okay, so this is a name. Okay, if you call like a row of name dot toString dot trim, so this will come. Okay, this is the config of that name equal to row of value. That means config of this name equal to this is the name, like that. Understand? So so this is a settings and constants. But this another try and catch is there. This is basically used for the assets. So assets, what there is a small step is involved here, assets. So instead of directly storing the value to the key, so what they will do, they give they use the get asset activity. So in the get asset activity, they give the asset name. So it will give the asset value from the orchestrator. This value they are filling for this config dot name. Okay, that's it about here. So each and everything is handled by the exception handling these things and all there, and this is a normal thing. And after that, it will kill all processes and initialization all processes. Kill all processes also. It is a they gave everything is empty. Almost everything is empty. Okay, see here, kill all processes. Kill all processes code we have to write here. They divided each and every area. So they are saying, so this type of code you just write into the particular file. Okay, kill all processes and init all settings. These things. Okay, so init all setting, init all applications. In the init all applications, so what we have to do, we have to open the browser, right? Let's open the browser. Open browser. Just drag and drop open browser, and I'm changing the type to the Chrome. And here, so this open browser, we're using the output variable Yahoo browser. Yahoo browser is output. Okay, Yahoo browser is output. So and give the path of the this one. So okay, path of this. Okay, so what it will do, it in the init all applications, we just open the browser, Yahoo browser, and this URL also you can store into the uh, what is that, settings, assets or something. Okay, we can use the assets value also here. So okay, let's take that one itself. Okay, assets. Okay, go to the assets, and I'm creating the new Yahoo URL. Okay, and give the search. Remove the asset, the double quotes here. Okay, so here where is that Yahoo? Okay, it went to the next page. Yahoo URL. How can we use here? Config is not there in underscore config. That is the argument. Okay, in underscore config has a field with the all the things, and bracket open double quotes, give this one. Okay, this will give the URL dot to string. This will give the URL from the orchestrator. So anyway, this is the output, right? Yahoo browser is output browser. So give that Yahoo browser here. Okay, instead of the variable, so we just use the argument. Yahoo browser is the out, right? Out underscore Yahoo browser. So this is a type browser. What is that? Core dot, I think core dot UiPath dot core dot browser. Okay. Yeah. So and remove from here. Give the properties. Remove in underscore Yahoo. Oof. Browser. What is that? Out. Sorry. So or not in. Okay. Oh, that's why it's not coming. Out Yahoo. Okay. It will give the output as a Yahoo browser. Import arguments and edit arguments. So here you just give the control K, Yahoo browser. Okay, so Yahoo browser here in the variables Yahoo browser, and increase the scope, so that you can access from any other states actually. Okay, init states is that's it. Init state has all the opening the applications. So once the success, and it will go to the get transaction state, In the get transaction state, it will give the it will call the get transaction state. If you see the get transaction state, see first initially in the get transaction state, what it is checking? It is checking the if anyone is a stop, click the stop button from the orchestrator or not. If it is a stop, so this will give the boolean value. Okay. So this is giving the boolean value. So if they stop, so then it will go to the then part, and so transaction item is nothing, and it will go to the directly end process, end state. If it is not clicked, so then it will go to the get transaction data and see what exactly the get transaction data. So they are using just get transaction item activity to get the item. So if the item is not there, if the item is there, then it will fill. They will fill all the things and give the thing. So get transaction data, as we discussed, get transaction data only do the getting the transaction from the orchestrator queue. So if it is a success, if the item is there, then it will go to the process. So process also, it is a nothing. So okay, there is a process they called the process.xml. So if you go to the process.xml, there is nothing is there. It is a purely empty workflow. So you have to fill. Okay, you have to fill. Okay, what we have to fill? So we have to use the attached browser. Okay, attached browser. So within the attached browser, so what is the browser name? So go to the browser and Yahoo browser. Why it is not coming? Yahoo browser is not coming. Okay, so in this process, we can have that Yahoo browser, but we have to pass to the process. Pass to the process means give the input as a in underscore browser. Okay, in underscore browser, that is a browser type, and save. Go to the mains, import arguments. It will give the import new arguments and pass the Yahoo browser. Okay. So then we can use that Yahoo browser as argument in the in browser. Okay. So what type? Chrome type. That's it. Okay. So after that, what we have to do? We have to type, right? Type into the text box. Okay. So indicate on screen. Indicate on screen. So where to indicate? So this is the symbol. So this is a text box, and just select. Always it's better. Okay, so indicate on screen is a P. Okay, let it be. And what is that? What is that items? So in the queues, we have this item, right? How can we get this company share ID? Let's copy in transaction item dot specific content. That means, so in transaction item, what is in transaction item? This is a queue item. Okay, so in the queue item, so within the queue item, if you want to get any particular property within that queue item, so you have a method called specific content. So within that, give the this one dot to string and plus the enter also. Okay, so it will type that, and for safe side, just I'm giving the delay. After clicking the enter, it takes time, right, to load. 0000 hours, 00 minutes, 03 seconds. Okay, after that, use the get text activity to get the name of the company, right? To get the name of the company, full name of the company. This is the company name, and again just investigate on the selector. This is a H1, just let it be. So get text will give the text, right? A company full name. That is a variable I created. Company full name. Okay. After that, so where we have to create the folder? So in this particular folder, output folder, right? Where is the path available? The path is available in the orchestrator, I think. Orchestrator asset, right? So this is a path. Company. Okay. Output company path. So this output company path. So we gave in the asset session in the config file. Create dictionary, create directory. So within the create directory, you have a path. So here we have to give the full path. So go to the assets. So company. So take this one. Okay, take this one. Copy, and here in config, give this one plus slash plus. What is that? So this is a company full name. Full name. So then it will create the okay. Here this will give the object. Any always remember this config of this name will give the object to string. Okay. So now it will combine this whole path with the company name and create the folder. So after creating the folder, what we have to create? Delay. I'm giving the delay again. So after creating the folder, so small delay 00 hours, 00 minutes, 0 to 3 seconds. Oops. 00 hours, 00 minutes, 0, 3 seconds. Okay, next we need to create a text file, right? Text file, okay, write text file. For this also, we need the path of the text, right? Path of the file name. So how can we in underscore config of this is a path of the output folder name plus slash plus company full name plus slash. Okay, so here what is the name of the text file? The name of the text file is a constant, right? So this current share or info or give the info anything. Okay, so this is the name of the text file. Right here again in config, if you want to get anything from the config file, so you have to use this one, dot to string. So as because it will give the object we need to convert into the string. That's it. This is a path of the entire text file. So okay, write what you have to write. So again use the get text activity to get the ooh, share number. Okay, current share number is this one 5.12, right? So this is a share number. So again always it is a better habit to identify the investigate on the selector. This selector is not dynamic because this 5.212 came, right? So because the next company item, the share may change. Let's just remove it. Okay, remove it and click OK. And in the get properties, I am creating the share val, and give that one into the here share val. Okay, that's it. So almost done. Our bot is done, and so at the close browser, these close applications are close all applications activities there in the final stage, final process. So here we have to give the browser. We have to close the browser, right? So open window. So here also we are giving the one in. browser. So that is a browser type. Okay, so and go to the processes, go to the main and import, like, edit and give the Yahoo browser. Okay, Yahoo browser is moving from each one location to another location. So here again give the attach browser. So attach browser. What's the browser name? In browser, and give the type Chrome. That's it. Browser is opened, and what we have to do? We have to close the tab. Close tab. Just drag the close tab here. That's it. Okay. That's it. We done. Almost done. Okay. Okay. I'm just running the process. We'll see. And here in the output panel, I'm just clearing everything. Excel also I'm closing. Yeah. Just run. Now the robot is running. There is some errors occurred. So open browser. The given key was not present in the dictionary. Okay. So why the given key is not present in the dictionary? Let's stop. It stopped already. Okay. It is saying the given key is not present in the dictionary. Okay. So which key? In the initialization. Hmm. Okay, okay. So what is the problem here? So there is a URL we give. Okay, where is the URL? And asset. Yeah, we have a Yahoo URL, right? So this Yahoo URL we didn't give into the config file. Understand? We have to give that asset name into the assets sheet in the config file. Then only the config dictionary will pick. The assets we have only one asset, I think, earlier. So we have to give the another asset of the URL also. See here URL, and how we are using this installation all applications. URL. URL. Why it is not URL? Okay. So here also we are giving the URL. Okay. Save the Excel and close. So what is another error? Close tab. Unutilized UI node. Okay. Okay. Anyway, that is not open. That's why it is not. So always remember main.xml only. You have to just close the browsers. Yeah, Yahoo I'm closing. This one close. Yeah, fine. Let's execute. Okay, this is basically a template. That's it. RE framework is a template. So they are saying so. Write some code there, here, like that. So now we can monitor the output panel. It is a killing process. Opening the applications. So it's open the Chrome browser. and it went to the process. Again, we got the some more errors, here. So what is those errors? Input, one or more errors occurred. Stop the execution and see here. Type into input. Okay, so type into input. Where is that? Type into input. What is there in the process, right? Go to the process.xml. So within that, you have a type into input. Okay, so it is not able to type. Uh, okay, so highlight, highlighting. Okay, give the delay before also. Give the delay, more delay. 5 or 6. I'm giving 6 seconds. And this will change, right? This also will change, and this value will change continuously. Validate and highlight. It's not highlighting properly. Okay, what we will do in this case, this is the name, right? So what we will do in this case, just open the UI Explorer and prepare the proper selector. Okay, identify, and here we can check, uncheck, and build the dynamic selector. So and also this is a remove the A name and use this one. This is also not looking good. Highlight. Yeah, it is highlighting properly. Okay, so just check this one. Not this. Okay, and just validate, highlight. It's highlighting properly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Now, oh, so um, in the open applications, in it all applications, we are opening the browser, right? So just maximize it. So here we can use the maximize button, maximize window. Okay. So it will and close all the Chrome browsers. So we can close all the Chrome browsers processes also. Okay, but yeah, now I'm running. Oh, sorry. So you should not run init all strings or any other things actually. So you should always run the main.xml. Okay. Okay. So main.xml I am running now. Let us see in this time. So is there any items or already processed? Queues and Yahoo transactions. Next. Yeah, there is a two things. It's already failed actually. Two items are failed. No, yeah, it's doing something. Let's wait. It's there is a some issue is occurring. Issue means that this is a type into this one is not able to identify. Okay, so that is a problem. Let's stop the execution again. It's not identifying the that. Okay, what we will do? So what are all the errors? So this type into is not identifying. Two times it is type into is not identifying. So let's go to the project and process. So do drag everything outside the browser, outside the attached browser. Okay. So or I can drag directly the do itself, right, outside the browser. Okay. Just remove this one and just check now each and every grow. Fine. Okay. This itself it is a 8 8 seconds. What happened? So it's opened the browsers, right? So why it's opened the browsers? Because it thrown error. So as I said, so if any application exception occurred, it will go directly the third one directly to the init all settings. So in init all settings, it will open the new browser. That's why it's opened each transaction the new browser, because each time the item is failing because that it is unable to identify the selector. Okay, see here. So these many items are failed. Now the node robot is running. Kill all processes called. Open applications is calling, and it's open the application and maximized. First transaction key, it taken C. It is typed the CSC. Okay, CSC and click enter. And the now company name is a Computer Science Corporation. Okay, and it has to create the folder. Once the folder is created, it has to create the text file inside that folder, and it has to take the next item. See, it taken the HP, and see here output folder. The folder is created, so we can monitor parallelly. So now it has to create the folder like a HP Hewlett Packard Enterprise Company, and within that it should create a text file. So this is a RE framework. So so it is taking each and every time the a new item the from the queue orchestrator HPI. Now it is typing the HPI, right? So take the new item from the orchestrator and it will pass that item transaction item to the process transaction state. In the process transaction state, it is typing the that new item value, company short name into that search box and take the name and the price and create the text file and folder. Okay. So now it's a JP. So let us see the orchestrator. Orchestrator. If you refresh, few things we see. Few things we saw in the success, and one is in progress. See, third folder is also created. You got it right. So these are all the things. If suddenly, so in the middle, so I am forcefully close the browser. Okay. So there is no browser. Okay, there is no browser available. So we have only one browser. So there is no browser available. So what will happen? So in some transaction, the fifth transaction number is 5, right? The fifth transaction, the browser is closed. What it will do? Some application exception occurred. It will go to the initialization stage. Let us see whether it will open the new browser or not. Okay, transaction. It once the browser is closed, the elements will not identify. Right? The elements means this type into. So see, errors occurred. The element not found exception occurred. Then it will go to the initialization stage, and it is opening the freshly. The browser is opening freshly. Undo the process for the remaining transactions. UIS. It's typed the UIS. It will become the new company name. Unisys. It will create the folder name called Unisys Corporation UIS in the output path. So here, what we learned, so we learned the how to give the asset names in the config dictionary, config.xlsx, how to access the assets through config dictionary. Okay, that is the one thing. So because the output path itself we pass in the output path and the URL, Yahoo URL, we pass it as a assets, right? And constants, the text files. Let us see the text files is there or not. So inside the each and every folder, you have a current shared text file, right? This is a share name. Understand? And this text file name, the current share.txt. So we gave in the config.xlsx. Any doubts, friends? iCube, Naveen, Nishita, and Rajesh. Any doubts? So it's now error is there. Error occurred. Okay, so let's close the browser and see what will happen. Okay, so see what will happen. It will in the ninth transaction there is an error occurred. What error it is? It is an application error. Application exception occurred. So then it will redirect to the initialization stage. So this is the last class, friends. This is the last class. Nishita, Akub, and Rajesh. Thank you very much. So it's a nice the batch, really. Thanks, Nishita. Thanks, Akub. Thanks, Rajesh. I will share this video into that particular share drive. So which you already have the videos, right? So any doubts, you people? Naveen, can you go to the mute? So there is some, yeah, thank you. So some voice is coming so from your system also. So Acube, you understood, right?
Yesterday.
Yeah. So you just practice by using the this RE framework. This is because almost all organizations. So initially they started with the normal automation, normal bots. So but now the people they are converting the existing bots into the RE framework. They are moving to the framework because RE framework has the lot of advantages. So see here now the transaction is continuously going even though errors occurred, so that is a one advantage, and also reusable. It's a modular approach. There is a so many things. So you can easily go to the each and every piece of the code and execute. So if it is everything is on the single page, it's a very difficult to identify. Okay. So just try with the another example. Any another example? Okay. So I think so. If you understand properly, if you don't have doubts, just ping me in chat. So we can close the session. Rajesh, you understood, right? Rajesh? Okay, okay. Okay. Akib, Rajesh, and Nishita. This is the last session. Okay. Thanks. Nice journey with you all. Okay. Thank you very much. If any doubts in the future, you can contact me. Okay.
Thank
Directly
you
you
so much.
can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. See you. Good night.
Yeah.